Hey everyone, I'm Fred Ranger and I hope you're doing good. Today's video, I want to give you a quick update on a recent addition that I made to the kit, especially on the LEICA side of things. For some of you who've been following this channel, you know that I shoot LEICA and FUJIFILM, and recently I actually rocked the Q2 and the M6, and my M10 was actually sold several months ago. And I thought I would get away without having a digital M in my arsenal, but yeah, soon I realized that I missed the M system on the digital side so much that I decided to go on a hunt and try to find another body that was fulfilling that gap between the film side of things with the M6 and of course on the M front, on the digital front. So I went to my good friends at LEICA Boutique in Montreal. Highly recommend if you have any LEICA or other brands needs, you go see Jean and the team, and these guys are just wonderful. They are not pushy, they're not trying to sell you something. They are actually there to give you advice, and at the end of the day, if you want to buy something, of course, buy it there. Don't go online, because we need to encourage local shops. That was my little rant about buying online. I'm buying online, so don't get me wrong, but also try to encourage local shops when we can. So without further ado, what did I buy to replace my M10? I love the M10. I love the colors that were coming out of it. On the resolution side, 26 megapixel was enough, but I got acquainted with the Q2 on the 40 plus, type of sensor, 40 plus megapixel. And so I was looking at, maybe getting an MP, but that's also 24 megapixel. And then I started looking at M10Rs and also M11, and that's pretty much it, right? With the 40 megapixel plus, yeah, that's pretty much it. SL also, but very, very different system. I really wanted to stay consistent with the M shooting experience. So what I decided to do is to ask my friends at Chemtech to look up for me if there were any opportunities to get back on the M bandwagon. And there was an opportunity with a gentleman who sold his LEICA M10R, which I immediately bought right after, I think the day of he came to the store, and I'm very happy. So let's unbox this little baby and see what's in a box of a LEICA M10R. Can't wait to shoot this puppy because, again, LEICA M system, love it. And at the same time, 40 megapixel, that's very, very useful sometimes. So what you get is that, LEICA experience with that box that go every side. So just the small details like that makes it very interesting when you unbox a product of that price tag. So you've got the box with the magnetic thingy here, so that's very cool. And then you've got your front facing drawers. Yes, there are little drawers. So the first drawer here, what do you get? Well, you get all the documentation, and this is where you really see that this, was a LEICA camera that was inspected by someone at the LEICA factory, and that you are, ready to go with something that's been very, very carefully hand assembled. You got to pay for these things. Then on the second drawer, this is where you get all your accessories, and the cool part is that I actually have a trip coming up to Europe in France, and what is cool is that of course you get your charger. This is standard. Well, I say standard, some camera manufacturers don't put chargers anymore, but you get one for the LEICA. And here I'm gonna put the little hack. So this is I'm gonna put the Apple little thingy here that you can plug in a wall, so you don't have to have the long wire when you travel. A little small hack. And there's also another plug here that I'm gonna talk about in 1 second. So you get your regular, North America type of plug right here, but you also get the one that goes into the European types of plug. So this is the little plug like this, and there you go. I'm gonna bring that one for sure in France, but also a car charger. And we know that the LEICA M10 batteries are not the best, so while you're driving, you go to your next destination, put that in the lighter plug, and then you put the other end in your charger like so, and so you're ready to actually charge your batteries on the go. I really love that they're providing that. Little pouches here. So this was the battery is already inside, and also you get a nice little strap. But for straps, I've got my preference, and this will probably stay in the box. I'll show you what I'm gonna be rocking. So that's that box. And the main event, got your little, LEICA logo right here. Let's take it out, and let's take that beautiful box out of the way, because now it's becoming a bit cluttered on this desk. Let's bring it all the way out of frame right here, so we can concentrate on this little puppy. So, opening it like that, and voila. This is the, why did I do a sound effect? I don't know. This is the LEICA M10R. This is a beautiful, beautiful camera. You get all the M advantage, of being in the M system with the lenses and the shooting experience, just like my M6. But of course, you get a 40 megapixel in here sensor that I'm, looking forward to testing. I really, really like the colors that are coming out of the M10. I've heard some feedback about it being a little bit less warm or a little bit less, creamy than the M10, the original one. I'm gonna shoot it for myself. I'm gonna report back. I don't like to, make my opinion based on other people. One thing I know though is that I really like these dials. That was the ASMR part of the video. So M10, let's put a lens on it so you can actually see what it looks like with the beautiful 35mm Sumilux. Little button here so you can remove the cap. And then you take your red dot, align it with the red dot. Oh, satisfying. There you go. So this will be my setup with a 35mm. I also have the 50mm that's actually currently sitting on the M6, and a 28mm from Voigtlander. So let's take a first shot here. See how that goes. Oh, that's the other thing. The other difference between the M10 and the M10R is that it actually gets the M10P and onward type of shutter, which is very cool because it's super, super damp and it's not making barely any noise. So let me actually bring it close to the mic. That will be very useful on the streets because the M10 was great, but the shutter was a bit on the loud side. So this is the LEICA M10R. What else should I put on it? Well, I'm a big fan of thumb rest. I mean, I have one on my Q2, the LEICA original one, but on that one, I decided to go with a used one. I'm a fan of buying used, and this is the Match Technical, or the thumbs up from Match Technical. It's actually, as good as a LEICA product. It's metal, it's very, very solid, and it feels very comfortable. I had that with my M10, and it's very easy to install. You remove the little screw here or unscrew it. You slide it gently, there you go, and then you just take the screw and make it a little bit tighter, like so, and you are good to go. This adds an extra level of grip, and this makes it very, very comfortable to hold, for long periods of time when you are traveling. And yeah, man, this is quite the setup. Really, really enjoying getting back into the M digital system again. Should I have sold my M6, my M10? Probably not, but I actually got a very, very good price. Somebody was really interested in the M10, so happy camper there, happy camper here, and now I'm a happy LEICA digital M shooter back again. So I'll be able to report on my findings about the sensors, or actually the differences between the M10 and the M10R. And also maybe between the Q2, which is 47 megapixel, this is 40 megapixel, different technology in terms of the sensor. So I'll be able to compare those files, but I'm happy that I'll be able to have consistent ability to crop or to do, whatever I want with the files, because they're gonna be similar size. And I love the DNGs that are coming up of any digital LEICA camera. So I'm expecting that this will be the same for this camera. If you have any questions about the LEICA M, oh, by the way, the straps I'm gonna be rocking, of course, I like my Peak design system. So two things. The Clever Supply, this is a favorite of mine. where's my top camera? There you go. This is a favorite of mine, Clever Supply, because this is the short strap, and of course it has the anchor for our Peak Design little anchor clips. So this is the first one I'll be rocking, and when I want to put it on my side, I'll go with the Wotencraft, which is another favorite of mine. Wotencraft products, very, very high quality. And that one is a longer one, so I can put it across my body like that, and it can hang on the side. Especially like that one when I travel, because I don't always want to have the camera in front of me. Sometimes I prefer to have it on the side. So I almost forgot to tell you about the straps. But yeah, if you have any questions about the Leica M10R or any Leica products or Fujifilm products for that matter, please make sure to ask them down below. If you have an M10R and you have some tips and tricks on how to set it up to have optimal results, please share that too. I invite you to go listen to my podcast. This is the Visual Storytelling Podcast. I've had so many great guests lately, and I really, really entice you to go listen to it. I had a conversation with Lucas van der Leven. I always butcher his last name, and it was a great conversation. Another Leica shooter. I also have my friend, another Luca, but the first one was Lucas. My friend is Luca, and then I've had Phil Penman. I've had, again, numerous people, and I'm working on some very, very big guests also. So please go down below and subscribe to that podcast. And also I invite you to go see my latest project, which is Humans After All. And this is something that is long-term. This is something that's not Instagrammy, not for the likes or anything like that. I wanted to invest time, effort in my craft, and regardless of if people like it or not. So go to my website, I'll put a link to that also. And if you want to encourage this channel, you can buy my zine that's down there. I'm working on a second one, so I'm looking forward to releasing that. But right now I have my first one. It's available in digital version and print version. And also if you want any prints, my print shop is up to date. With that out of the way, please be happy, enjoy life, and enjoy your new Leica camera. Cheers.